A mother walks into a police station, sits in the lobby for 13 minutes, and then picks up the lobby phone to call 911 on herself.
I'm at the South Station, and it's for multiple things.
Who murdered them?
I sedated them and smothered them.
Madison McDonald didn't just confess to a crime. She claimed she was saving her toddler. But as police burst into her apartment, they realized the safety she provided was a nightmare no one saw coming.
That one.
Is there any in here?
I'm checking over here right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's April 5th, 2021. Dispatchers are trying to keep Madison on the line while officers race to 715 Cowboys Parkway. They aren't expecting a silent house.
715 Cowboys Parkway.
Police department. Police! Irving Police. Anybody home?
Inside the master bedroom, the air is still. Officer draws his flashlight and sweeps the bed. He finds 6-year-old Archer Hammond.
Yeah, I've got one in here. Where you at? Over here. I got one right here.
The discoloration on Archer's skin tells the story. She hasn't just stopped breathing. She's been dead for at least 30 minutes. In the next room, the beam of a flashlight hits a pink shirt and a diaper. 23-month-old Lillian is lying on her back, her head turned away as if she's just napping.
That one.
Is there any in here?
I'm checking over here right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
There is a white, foamy substance around the toddler's nose. It's the visual signature of a massive drug overdose. While the officers grapple with the horror, Madison is miles away, explaining her logic to a dispatcher.
And were you dealing with some type of depression, like hearing voices? Is an officer there?
No and no.
Okay.
I have a diagnosed condition, but that has nothing to do with this.
Madison waits at the station for the officers to arrive. When they come face to face with the woman who just ended 2 innocent lives, they find a mother who believes she is a hero.
So what's going on?
We've been going through a very, very traumatic and scary situation in the family for about a year now, and I've been trying to prove that there are people that are hurting.
She begins spinning a web of online exploitation. She claims her family is filming her and the girls, selling images on the dark web, and that the police refuse to listen to her reports.
Someone's coming in my apartment. I told the detectives that the first time. My husband had my car key originally, which has my garage door clicker. It's like a townhouse apartment. Messing with my stuff. They've logged into my Apple ID and they're messing with it. I mean, it's just harassment all day, every day to keep me quiet.
Detectives listen as she describes a world where everyone is a predator. To Madison, the only way to protect her daughters from being hurt was to ensure they never woke up again.
I can't watch them keep crying and screaming and not wanting Daddy to touch them or not being able to get their diaper changed because she's so tough. I've tried so hard.
To understand how a mother reaches this point, detectives look into her past. They find a trail of broken marriages and escalating paranoia. She met her ex, Tim, in rehab back in 2013.
Your ex-husband has been texting your kids?
Correct. Got videos, he's got all kinds of shit online.
By 2020, Madison's claims turned dark. She began telling anyone who would listen that Chris was assaulting his own daughter and posting it online. She spent thousands of dollars on legal fees, convinced the world was conspiring against her.
CPS took them away from me after I filed the report because my husband told them that I was unstable, and they got sent to live with my mom and him, and that stuff was happening then too.
And it's like every day they just present themselves as worse individuals. I've been harassed.
She was trapped in a cycle of fear. She believed that if she didn't act, CPS would take the girls again and hand them back to the monsters she feared.
They've both been discussing taking the kids in. I don't know, I knew my time was running out. I knew that they were going to take them.
But Archer's autopsy is the one that breaks the peaceful sleep narrative. Her face is covered in petechiae, tiny red spots caused by extreme pressure. Archer didn't just drift off. She fought for her life.
Just overdose them, quick and easy. So, I gave them some pills, and Archer went to sleep, and Lillian didn't. She just kept going. And I thought that was odd, because she's a baby, essentially, so it should have...
When the drugs failed to knock out the toddler, Madison's gentle plan turned into a manual execution. She didn't wait for the pills to work. She took matters into her own hands.
I put her head in my chest and held her while she fell asleep, and put the blanket over her mouth and held it.
This was Lillian?
I laid her in her crib and hugged her. I changed her clothes and put on a dry shirt because she had drooled on it.
Lillian died at 1:36 p.m. For the next several hours, Madison lived a lie. She played games with 6-year-old Archer, ate food, and watched TV, all while Lillian's body lay cold in the next room.
And I kept thinking, okay, it's over. And then Archer woke up, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I spent the rest of the day with her, eating, playing games, watching this, trying so desperately not to panic. I think I was in shock, so I wasn't crying.
Madison checked on Lillian's corpse every 30 minutes, then went back to play with Archer. She waited until Archer was tired, until the 6-year-old felt safe enough to close her eyes for bed.
But I was still scared about Archer, so I waited until she was ready for bed, and I gave her some more Xanax and hydroxyzine in her Zoloft that she takes.
So whenever you say you smothered her, what'd you smother her with?
Well, my hand and a pillow.
The saving was complete. Madison stood over her daughter's bodies for 15 minutes, just staring at the floor, before finally driving to the police station to surrender.
I stand by the fact that I had enough evidence to show that my kids were in child produced by my family and paid for by my family, and the money was moving through my bank account.
Okay.
And once I found that out, and I was busting my ass to prove it, I just lost it. I completely lost it.
As the interrogation winds down, Madison shifts from a grieving mother to a cold analyst. She insists her problems aren't mental, they're situational. She believes her actions are a logical response to an illogical world.
Because medicines fix chemical problems, not situational problems. My problems are situational, not chemical. I fought for safety, but I can't prove it.
The trial focused on one question: was she insane or was she evil? Her defense pointed to her history of self-harm and the voices she claimed to hear in her teens. But the prosecution pointed to the dry shirt. That was a woman cleaning up a crime scene.
My opinion was that she was mentally ill, and I believe that the mental illness undergirded the offense. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But it did not render her to the point that she did not understand that her conduct was wrong or illegal. And therefore, my opinion was she did not meet the criteria for not guilty by reason of insanity.
Even her ex-husband, Chris, had to face the weight of his own decisions. He had allowed Lillian to stay with Madison, thinking the sisters needed to be together.
And as a father, I thought I was doing a good thing to let Lillian go back so she could live with Archer. And, because I just thought that if I kept Lillian away, it would tear Archer apart.
On April 18th, 2023, the justice system gave its final word. Madison McDonald was found guilty of capital murder. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.